From the Donald Trump studio at the Joe Millionaire Center for Public Broadcasting, it's the After Party Reality TV special with Ernie Moniz. Our contestants tonight, winners of the Amazing Race 7, Uchenna and Joyce Agu. From Project Runway, designer Vanessa Riley. From American Idol, a performance by Will McCarr. And our music review board with Michael Clark and Johnny Bravo. And now, just back from Survivor's Exile Island, Ernie Moniz.
Good evening, Houston, and welcome to the after party. Dougie, did I actually hear your voice crack there in the opening?
I think it is cracking today.
You're finally hitting puberty.
Thank you.
You know, we bring in the reality stars, and we also brought in a wonderful audience. They are from E.A. Smith YMCA. Welcome to all of you for being here. We have gifts and ways to say thank you, as we always do. First off, everyone in the studio audience gets a copy of Arts Houston Magazine, the guide to the visual and performing arts in Houston, Texas. There you go. Next up, something else.
But wait, there's
more. How would everyone like to go to the theater? Everyone in our studio is getting a pair of tickets to see Stages Theater's Nickel and Dime on Not Getting By in America. It runs through June 11th at Stages Theater. For more information, you can go to their website, www.stagestheater.com. How's that?
All right, that's pretty good. Go on, give it up, give it up.
Now, I'm going to guess that some of our audience remember the movie Witness for the Prosecution. Do you remember that movie? Well, you are all invited to go and see the Alley's Theater production of that show, Witness for the Prosecution by Agatha Christie, going through June 11th at the Alley Theater. So for more information, www.alleytheater.org. Congratulations.
Yay!
So that's a pretty nice haul.
They got a couple nice pairs of tickets there in the magazine. That's great.
They did very well this
They
week.
did very well. Speaking of people doing well.
Oh, my. We
Reality
talk
TV.
all
We
the time
love it.
on this show about reality television. We have our obsessions with the shows we love.
I love Amazing Race. It's my favorite reality show.
I love Project Runway.
That's right. And everybody's favorite,
American Idol.
you go.
You know, you can't get away from that. So this week, we are bringing all of our local Houston celebs right here onto the show who have been part of these shows.
That's why my voice is cracking. I'm just a little overexcited today.
You are so thrilled about our first guest that
That's
you're going
right.
to just... But I love reality TV. There's nothing not to
I know.
love about
And
it.
what's one of the favorite things you like about reality TV?
Unpredictability.
That's right. There's always a twist.
You never know what's
Something
going to happen.
They always changing the rules. Well, today, Ernie, I have a surprise for you. You don't know about this. We have a special guest here for Ernie. This is his version of reality TV. Councilman Michael Berry, ladies and gentlemen.
How are you? Good to see you. How are you, sir?
Welcome. Have a seat.
How are you?
Pretty good. What brings you here today?
Well, the reality is that you're overdue on your parking tickets. So I've been sent by the city to collect on those.
Uh-oh.
No, there's a real reality. There's a real reality. One of the thrills of being a city councilman is you get to recognize companies that come through and celebrities that come through, and you talk a lot about what makes this a great city. One of the things we talk about are the arts, and it's easy to talk about it, but you've sort of made it your career to promote the arts and in this city, and you've been a good sounding board in a way to kind of keep the arts news out there. It turns out you're not exactly term limited like I am. You've been at it for a while, and as you may not have realized, it's actually been 10 years. And so I have here from your handy dandy city council. I'm here on behalf of your city council and your mayor. Can I read it, Dougie?
You can read a little. That's a, we
They
have
told me I
to do.
they told me I had 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay, all right, well, I'll
14
keep
minutes
it
ago.
short. All right. They obviously didn't know. Ernie Moniz Day. I'll keep it short. Ernie Moniz has spent the past 10 years spotlighting Houston and the many communities that make up our city. He's not only been recognized for his work in the community, but he's been awarded by his peers in several professional organizations. He's a 4-time consecutive winner of the Katie Award for Best Interviewer and Talk Show, because nobody else actually applied, but that's wonderful. He's winner of the Ultimate Houston Award for Ultimate Local Interviewer by the Houston Chronicle. There you go. There were only 2 applicants for that, but that's wonderful. In addition to that, he's done so many things for our community. He raises money for this great institution, and I know so many artists that have been on your show, particularly of the stage, who've appreciated an opportunity to get to talk to their audiences outside the stage. So for the audience here, on May 21st, Ernie Moniz was recognized for his outstanding contributions to the Houston community. City of Houston salutes and commends Ernie Moniz on this important occasion. Therefore, Mayor Bill White and the entire City Council and your 2 million neighbors and all those artists who love what you do hereby proclaim May 21st, 2006 as Ernie Moniz Day.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Now it's time for my voice to crack.
10 years is a long time. And
It seems
no,
like.
seriously, on a serious note, and it's a fun show, on a serious note, you do a wonderful job. And I enjoy watching your show, and I enjoy, watching the local stage artists and the support they get from the show. I think it's wonderful.
Well, thank you so much.
right.
And
There you go.
unfortunately, I have to say
As you
we're out
know,
of time.
if you do watch the show, you know that I have to go.
Oh, you meant
And
that
have to
15
go-
minutes
You have to
wasn't
come
yours.
with me. Ernie, Michael, and I were the last to arrive. I'm sorry to say we've both been eliminated from The Amazing Race. Bye
Thank
now.
you so
Thanks, Ernie.
Thank
Keep up
you
the great
so
work.
much. A pleasure. Thank you. Well, I guess there are surprises and turns around every corner. Some people who know that better than we do. They are Uchenna and Joyce. You know them from The Amazing Race. We have them with us right now. Welcome. Hello there. Hello, welcome. Bright shirt. I like it.
Well, that's the way we do it at the after party, isn't it?
It is. That's the whole point of the show. Okay, first question on everyone's mind. How does your life change when you win $1 million?
Wow, drastically.
Really?
You know, the best part about it is not necessarily the money or the fame. It's just that you get to now just envision your life and just do everything that you've ever dreamed of, because now you're fearless.
Yeah.
You get
know.
to reach into that dream book and those things that you've been putting off for years. Oh, I'll do it when I get some money, or I'll do it when I get some time. Well, we got both right now, and we're doing it.
So what are
That's
the
fun.
dreams you're searching out?
Seeking out acting. Uchenna has a real estate development company that's been kind of fledging along, but now it's actually gotten a little motivation, and really not because of the show, just because he's put more effort into it.
Right.
And so, life has just changed just drastically. It's been really fun.
Okay, you guys went on the race, and
Yeah.
you did it, and you won.
Yeah.
And then you come back home, and it's a little lag time before it starts.
Yeah.
Then there's the first episode on TV. How did you guys react? What was your feeling when you first started seeing it?
You know what? Even going back even further, the biggest excitement was coming back, and as if anybody watched the show, I had to shave my head bald on the show.
right.
Coming back, and then there's this lag time, and I'm bald now. That was the hardest thing to explain.
People are like, did you have a disease or something?
What do you say?
What do you say to that?
You know what? I just said that I had an awakening, and I went away, and I actually found myself.
'Cause you couldn't
decided
tell
to-
anyone you
no,
won,
I couldn't
could
tell
you?
anybody. So I had to be real creative. But coming back and watching the show for the very first time, it was just so. It's exciting. I mean, you're just anticipating, what they actually include on the show, because you never know what they edit.
Right.
And so
They come away with over 8,000 hours of video.
Yeah.
So you have to
Wow.
narrow that down to what, 11? And
Yeah.
I think the biggest surprise for us was seeing what the other teams were really saying about us when we weren't around.
Oh, so you had never seen any
Oh,
of
no,
that?
no, no,
the footage.
no.
Oh, so what did you find out?
That we
Rob
were,
and Amber.
Yeah.
They weren't as good of friends as they were acting.
Hadn't you watched Survivor before to know about that whole Rob guy?
This is a whole different show. We found out we were stupid. We were lame.
I had to turn on TV to find that out too about myself.
That kind of hurt,
Yeah.
You're stupid and you're leeches.
But then, did you guys say anything about any of your competitors that you regretted when it got edited in?
We said we liked Rob and Amber.
That was the regret. That was the regret. Yeah, indeed.
So now you guys are also working with other organizations. One of the parts that was going on during the show is we found out that you had difficulty having a child
Right.
of your own. So you got involved with that now that you're out.
Yes.
Do you want to talk a little bit about?
Yeah, actually, we are spokespersons for Resolve, which is a national infertility awareness group. And what it does is basically gets information out to the public about options.
Right.
Because most people don't know, including us, we didn't know about all the options that were available, including life at the end of not being able to have a baby, you can actually adopt.
Right.
And so we know there's hope. And
Right. There's a laundry list of options, and I think the process of learning that is 100% due to Resolve.
Yeah, and we've also really involved with Casa de Esperanza. They're a local charity group here for children that are 0 to 5 years old that are displaced children. And
Isn't it great you have the opportunity now to give back, to get
Right.
involved in
Right.
stuff? you know?
absolutely, but your eyes are open to so many things that are going on, and it just really makes you want to, just help a lot of these different children
Right.
to get a home.
And along the lines of giving back, we've started on the speaking circuit, and doing some motivational speaking, and just letting people know that you can show up for your life, and you don't have to win $1 million to try new things, and you're only here once. You only get one crack at life, so show up and do some of the new things that are in your heart. you know, and go after
You
it.
talk about having your eyes open. You talk about giving back, which leads me to how much money you had to give back to the government for your $1 million.
The biggest check we've ever written.
Was given
and
it
we
back.
definitely gave back because we heard about Richard
Yeah,
Hatch,
you guys don't want to share
We
it
don't
with
wanna talk
Richard
about
Hatch
that, yeah.
anytime soon.
No small room.
4 years is a long time.
Yeah, well, I want to thank you both for coming in and doing this with us today. Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having us, and congratulations on your award.
I know, thank you. Yeah, well, everyone, you Channel and Joyce.
Thank you.
If you would like to know more about Resolve, you can visit them at www.resolve.com and find out all that they're going on with. Is it org or com? It's org, okay? Resolve.org. I have it wrong on my paper. See, 10 years, you forget these things. Thank you both for coming in so much
you.
again. And I do want to tell you one other surprise we have. Well, it's not a surprise if you're listening at the top of the show. We are thrilled. Right now, if you were watching at home this evening, you saw who actually won American Idol. In the audience there, you would have seen one of our very own, Will McCarr, who was one of the semifinalists this year on American Idol. He couldn't be here live today because he had to be there for that. But he did stop by and record a song, so he could be our musical guest today. So everyone, here is Will McCarr.
I set out on a narrow way many years ago, hoping I would find true love along the broken road. But I got lost a time or two, wiped my brow, I kept pushing through. I couldn't see how every sign pointed straight to you. Well, every long lost dream led me to where you are. Others who broke my heart, they were like northern stars, pointing me on my way into your loving arms. This much I know is true, that God bless the broken road that led me straight to you. I think about the years I spent just passing through. I'd like to have the time I lost and give it back to you. But you just smile and take my hand. You've been there, you understand. It's all part of a grander plan that is coming true. Well, every long lost dream led me to where you are. Others who broke my heart, they were like northern stars, pointing me on my way into your loving arms. This much I know is true, that God bless the broken road that led me straight to you. Well, now I'm just a rolling home into my lover's arms. Well, this much I know is true, that God bless the broken road that led me straight to you. That God bless the broken road that led me straight to you.
We are so thrilled to have him in our community, and we're expecting a lot more from Will, so please support him when you hear about him. Now, our next guest might have come to your attention on Project Runway, but there's a whole lot more to her, and we're about to find out. Everyone from Season 1 of Project Runway, Vanessa Riley. Welcome. Hello there. I am such a fan of yours, too. I love your work.
Oh,
I
thanks
just
very
think
much.
it's fabulous.
I think you'd look very good in one of our dresses, actually.
It'd have to be an awfully big dress.
We can do that.
You can, what people might not realize, you are right here based in Houston. You have,
Yes.
and when I say a shop, it is full of merchandise. It's not like the only way they can get one of your clothes, one of your dresses is for you to design it right on them. You
No.
have inventory.
Yes, we have inventory. Lots of
sounds
inventory. In fact, we'd like to get a lot of the inventory out of the door. No, we have a real store. I have had a store, though, for some time. Before, when I was on Project Runway, I'd already had a store for about 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
But since being on Project Runway, I think everything's just improved more. I bought the building that the store's in, and just about to get another one tomorrow. I think I'm so stressed out about it. It affected my throat here.
Well, as we're talking, they're going to show some of your work because, as we all know, in Project Runway, everyone's working toward that runway show.
Yes.
But you've been doing runway show. Here's some of your stuff on, and you can see it in the monitors as we're talking right now.
Yeah, we've been doing runway shows for a long time, but there's nothing quite like the runway show that they do.
Yeah.
It's that's really stressful, especially when they pull you on stage and all that stuff, and it's not really the same.
Yeah.
Obviously, when we do a real runway show, we have to do, I show probably between 60 and 80 outfits
Wow.
a season. So
Oh, my.
that's a lot of clothes you've got to drag out.
Yeah, these are beautiful, too. I'm looking at the stuff right now, and so much fun, too. That's what I like about it. There's a sense of fun but elegance to your stuff, and that's just wonderful. Talking about fun and elegance, you have a pony? You have a miniature horse? What do you have?
Wow, how did we get to that?
I just go anywhere.
Yeah, I am an animal nut, I guess. I think artistic people are a little, I say, eccentric. So my new craze is miniature ponies, yes. The miniature horse. I used to have the really big horses and race long distance, but I really couldn't keep up with that at all, especially with my busy schedule. So my new craze is the miniature horse.
Now, I
And-
asked you when I heard about this, where do you keep it?
Oh.
And your answer was?
I don't know if we're allowed to say. Okay, well, she hasn't moved in yet, okay? If anybody's watching, I'm going to be in trouble. But, no, I want to have a seeing eye horse. I want to do some work with just... No, they're laughing, it's true. And so I want to train my little pony to go on aeroplanes and up escalators and things like that. So I saw it on the television, and I started doing it with my dogs.
You can really
So now
do
the
it with the
miniature
pony.
ponies. Yeah, you can do it. I mean, it takes a lot of work. I like my animals because it gives me a chance to do it. It's something that's not quite as glamorous. I mean, with fashion, you have to be on all the time.
Right.
You know, I'm always working 80 hours a week, dressing people. Everybody's very important. You know, actually, last night we dressed Brooks and Dunn for the
For the CMA
Whatever it
Awards,
was.
or the American
Yeah.
Country AMC Awards, whichever
yeah,
ones they were.
Janine Dunn wore one of our dresses, and actually my friend called me and said, I saw her on TV.
Oh, cool. And I also, Joyce, that was just on, you dressed her for the finale of Amazing Race, too.
I think, you know, we've got so much word of mouth and some press now. Over 10 years, it's gradually flowed upwards. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's hard. It's very hard because you constantly have to produce inventory.
And you need to let me know, what is the big trend for next season? What
Next
should we be
season?
looking for?
Everybody asks you that when you have an interview, but you know, and I
Damn.
didn't think about it. The thing is that everybody's different. All designers are different. I mean, when I grew up and I wanted to be a fashion designer, we had like 5 to look at. There weren't the schools with the fashion programs everywhere that there are now, producing, you know, 10,000 fashion designers all the time, or doing something different. So I hate to preface it by saying it doesn't really exist anymore, but it doesn't. I mean, we're doing a lot looser and longer clothes this season. We've got lots of fitted fishtail skirts, bootcut skirts in tweed and chocolate brown and things like that with big... We've started doing leather, so we've got big hipster leather belts.
Ooh.
And... yeah, we have introduced some leather, which I think is kind of contradictory to what I just said about the animal thing.
We won't talk
so
about
I got to
that.
think about that, yeah. So that's what we're doing. What everybody else is doing, I don't worry about. I have
You
to
don't
just
care.
worry about my clients, right?
And one other thing that we have in common, you have your parents down here. I have my mom visiting. My mom has been here since Christmas, but yours actually officially moved here.
I thought, actually, well, I was like an illegal immigrant, I guess. I was on that whole thing, the American illegal immigrant. And so I managed to get myself legal, and then I brought my sister here to run my business actually 5 years ago. She is a business and accounting major, and I'm all, in the arts. I don't know how to do anything. So my sister came here to run my business. She then got married, had 2 kids, doesn't work with me anymore. Then I emigrated with my parents here.
And we're going to have to end right there because we're out of time. But everyone, Vanessa Riley. If you would like to take a closer look at her work, find out all about her store and stuff, you can visit her website at www.vanessariley.com. One more time, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
a pleasure.
you.
And if you want to know what else is going on around town, here's Doug Mueller with our arts calendar.
Here's what's going on in and around H-Town. Opera in the Heights presents Viva el Canto. Hear excerpts from the popular Spanish operettas known as zarzuelas at the Lambert Hall stage on Saturday, June 3rd. For more information, call 713-861-5303. The Houston Ballet presents Moby in Motion, a mixed repertory program set to the music of DJ techno artist Moby. See this hit ballet at the Wortham Theater through June 4th. Spin the disc to 713-227-2787. Buffalo Bayou Partnership celebrates the grand opening of the Sabine Bagby Promenade with Blue Bayou, an evening of moonlight, music, films, and fireworks. Enjoy a spectacular array of lights, a floating cinema, and pyrotechnics on June 10th. Be dazzled by calling 713-752-0314. Unravel a murder mystery and Agatha Christie's witness for the prosecution. The Alley Theater puts on the courtroom drama through June 11th. Get more clues by calling 713-228-8421. The Blaffer Gallery presents artist Urs Fischer's Mary Poppins. This exhibit explores the intersection of fantasy and reality through artistic imagination through August 5th. Give them a ring at 713-743-9521.
And that's just some of what's going on around town. To find out everything going on here at our station, you can visit our website, www.houstonpbs.org. Or if you'd like to be part of our fabulous studio audience. You guys having a good time? You can do so by sending us an email to theafterparty@houstonpbs.org, and we'll answer all your fun questions. But right now, to answer some of our fun questions, it is our music review board, well, half of them anyway, the wonderful Johnny Bravo, and filling in for a missing Michael Clark is Doug Mueller. Hello
I'm
there.
the best understudy ever.
You are, see?
Way too much credit or anything.
No. Okay, let's start right off top, get moving in this. First question on the clock, what is pop music today?
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 Today, it's different. When I was Johnny's age, like the 80s,
The
80s?
How old are you?
I'm a mere 23.
Okay, when I was Johnny's age in the 80s, as I said, pop was new wave music. It had a little something extra. It wasn't just the same simple melody. It had a little edge
When you
to
were
it.
his age, the King family singers were pop
Exactly.
music.
I really enjoyed that Elvis kid when he was starting out. Bing Crosby was hot.
Well, let the music critic actually
anyway.
speak.
What is pop music? I think pop music really is everything these days. You have a lot of hip hop, which is taking over a lot of the pop circuit. You have a lot of pop music, which we understand is just which is current stuff. I mean, it's all reoccurring music
As I
essentially.
understand it, pop music means popular music.
Popular
Whatever
music.
is popular
sells.
at the
See,
time.
that's
Whatever
my problem.
sells.
Pop seems to have become very homogenized and
Right, well,
very
if you
simple
look-
and mainstream.
Like
It
if you
used
look
to be
at
everything.
Carrie Underwood, she's doing really well in the country circuit. More
I'd
so
like to
she
look at
isn't-
Carrie Underwood.
Many people do. And she's doing really well in the country stations, but if you look at New York, which you don't really think would be a demographic for country music, that's where country music is doing really
Very
well.
good. Speaking of American Idol, I don't know that we do her. Earlier tonight they crowned the king or queen of American Idol. We
Yes.
don't know. We tape in the afternoon, so 60 seconds on the clock.
Yes, they did crown Taylor Hicks. I know all of you guys.
Really? Is that
Yes,
who it was?
That's who
Oh,
it
it was
is.
Taylor Hicks.
Yes, that's who it is. That is the
Oh,
American
that's so
Idol.
good.
American Idol.
I agree with
season,
him.
Season
Well, I
number
take
5.
the other person, whoever it is.
You have the McFever.
You have
I'm the only
McFever.
person
You know what?
that doesn't
You know
watch
what?
American Idol, but
He has the McFever. Catherine
feel it?
McPhee. That's
Yeah.
right.
I got
Well,
That's what it is.
we'll find out if we're right or wrong, but why do you think those two ended up in the top 2?
I don't know why those two ended up in the top 2. I think there's a lot of finagling on Catherine's part because there's no way she is the best, the second best singer in
Or the best.
nation. No, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. Ellie is much better, even though his look isn't the best. But she is definitely not one of the best singers.
So
Chris
did we
Daughtry's
learn anything
appearance.
at American Idol? Did we actually find American Idol this season?
With Taylor, I think yes, because I think he can kind of change what is pop music a little bit. He has that southern feel. He has that real strong confidence on stage. He has a lot of fun. He's very direct in his performances. So I think yes, Taylor Hicks can.
I just have to say I disagree with everything both of y'all have said. You're just both
Thanks
wrong.
for your insight, Doug.
That's
You're
wrong.
great.
And you don't know because you don't watch it.
I don't like it.
All right. Well, he's too busy with his amazing
I know our
race.
young
right.
cast does out there. I know they do.
They do?
Everybody else watches it. I'm just the idiot.
All right. Summer concerts. We got a whole lot
Yes.
coming to town. What's good? What's bad? What should we see?
Speaking of
What
the
should-
80s,
Speaking of the Dougie, you're back on.
Journey and Def Leppard together at the Woodlands. I'm be out there. Don't stop believing. You know.
Hey, that was the White Sox theme song. Thanks.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay,
I
next
can't
you.
help that.
Excited about for the summer?
We have Nick Lachey coming in tomorrow night with our radio station 104.1 KRBE.
How come I didn't get
Shameless
invited?
plug. You are invited. I'll give you tickets in the rear of my car. Continuing
God, now I
that,
gotta go.
We have Ashley Simpson. We have Kelly Clarkson coming in town. We also
All
have
these pop people.
right.
Yeah.
We have a lot of other people. Dave Matthews is coming. I'm going to try
Mariah
to cheat
Carey.
up your sheet.
Is she back? or
Mariah
not?
Carey, September 9th. She's coming.
She comes
to
and goes.
Houston.
But
comes and goes.
popularity-wise,
Yes.
has she
She will be
regained
back
after
Yes.
her visit to
She's back now. She'll
Rainbows
be
and
gone
Sun?
by September. That's the problem.
September
Always
10th.
up and down.
September 10th. Woo!
Exactly.
Landslide.
So I can only have money for one concert this summer. What should I go and see?
Kelly
I told you
Clarkson.
mine.
Really?
Kelly Clarkson.
Now, what I want, the Foo Fighters are doing an acoustic tour. Now, they have not announced a Houston date yet or a Texas date. I'm begging you, Foo Fighters, please come to Houston.
Do you want us to send them the tape? We are, thank God, out of time.
You like
I
Taylor
thought
Hawkins?
Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us for our reality
pleasure.
TV special, even though they're not reality
This is
TV.
so
folks.
real.
Doug Mueller, Johnny Bravo from KRBE. Woo! All right, and next week on the show, who do we have? We have got Kumba House dancers, we have stages, and we have a musical number from Bombay Dreams.
That's
All
season
of that.
finale.
And our big cliffhanging season finale. You'll have to watch to find out what happens, and then you'll have to join us next season to see the resolution of it.
Am I back?
Who knows? So long, everybody. See you next time.
If you have questions or comments for the after party, or your group would like to be a part of our studio audience, email us at theafterparty@houstonpbs.org.